Welcome to the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. I am Peju Bamgboshe Bonthasperger.
Hi, everyone, and I'm Naomi Bamgboshe.
And this is the Bamgboshe Happy Hour Film and TV edition. How are you, Mom? What's up?
Oh, wonderful. Everything is going great. Oh, I saw our girls just fabulous over in Paris. Oh, just beautiful performing. Oh, so full of talent and life and beauty. Just wonderful. How's everything going with you, daughter?
Everything is going really well. We're in August in Texas, so it's hot, very, very hot, but we are in the air conditioned environment most of the time. So
yes, but you know what? Yeah, but you know what? It's not as bad as it was last year. Last year it was like 120 every day.
Well, that's what we're heading into starting tomorrow. I don't know if you listen to the news. We're going to get those crazy digits again. So, yeah.
Okay. I think we're still ahead of the game because this time last year we had been sizzling for a couple of months. So I think we've gotten a little bit of a break, for Texas, for what Texas can.
I do, but they told us to hold on to our horses this time.
Okay. Oh, don't start celebrating too soon.
Right. All right. But speaking of celebrating, we do need to give a toast. And today's toast, should be to Mr. Noel Lyles, because we know he likes to showboat and run his mouth. But guess what? He won the 100 meters in the men's race in track and field.
Good for him. Oh, wow. He handled his handle. Good for you. He's quite flamboyant there. And I said to myself, boy, I hope he wins because he just seems really super confident. And sure enough, he gave a marvelous performance and, so cause for celebration all around. Really good. And a strong show of family there. He had lots of family members. He had his girlfriend, mom, sisters, I don't know, maybe brothers or whoever. He had a whole bunch of family there, and I just thought it was so lovely. Okay, so let's lift our glasses. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, this is to health, wealth, happiness, long life, and prosperity. Salud.
Salud. All right. Speaking of the Olympics, a lot of stuff has happened since we last did an episode of the podcast. And I want to say thank you to all of the supporters, the listeners, as we, are very flexible with our schedule. We've been over the past couple of weeks. So thank you guys for that. But as we know, we're going to start it off with the medal count. So as of now, as of the time we're doing this podcast, China has the most gold medals at 20.
Okay.
The United States currently has 19 gold medals.
Oh, fabulous. Fabulous, USA. Fabulous for China, too. Okay.
And coming in at number 3 with gold medals, we have Australia with 13. Now, the United States has the most medals of all with 75, and China is at number 2 with 52.
Okay. Oh, so we have some gaps in there.
We have some gaps.
Between 2 and 3 for the gold, and between 1 and 2 for overall medal count.
Yes.
Some big gaps in there. Okay. Yeah. Well, we have more time and we have more competitions going on. So we'll see what it is in the final count. And just congratulations to all the participants. You are all winners. To be good enough and skilled enough and disciplined enough to compete at all. You are all winners. I know you don't all get medals, but you are all winners. And congratulations to all of you.
So Sha'Carri Richardson, who was a big time fave in her competition in the women's 100 meter, came in at number 2. She received the silver medal. And of course,
good.
Of course, like you said, we always want to congratulate all of these athletes who have dedicated their lives to compete in the Olympics and represent our country. It was a little sad though for Sha'Carri Richardson because she was very confident going into this race. At least it seemed as though she was very confident. When I saw her, right before the race, something did seem a little bit off. I didn't see the playfulness that she normally has. Something just seemed like it was maybe in her head. I don't know. We know she got off to a really slow start. But hey, she does have an opportunity. I think it's in the relay. I don't think she'll be in the 200 meters because if I'm not mistaken, she did not qualify for the 200 in the Olympic trials. She's still a relatively young runner. She, can have, more Olympics to come. So, don't want her to feel too down. But what are your thoughts on her coming in second place, Ma? And she was like,
the congratulations to Sha'Carri. You did yourself and your country proud. I don't know, what was going on with you that day, but I do know you gave a remarkable performance and continue good luck. I'm not going in any further. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what could be wrong with her, what could be in her head, and I don't know that she has the ability to beat the person who came in number one.
She does.
Don't know.
She does. She has her, and she was a current world champion.
Well, let me just say, who was the current world champion? Sha'Carri or the girl?
Sha'Carri.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just say this: things change. Anything could happen. I mean, what am I supposed to speculate? All I know is what she did. I didn't feel it was a big because there's usually not a big gap between number one and number two. Sometime there.
Well, there was with this race, though.
Well, whatever you say, she didn't win. She didn't win the first place, but I think that's fabulous that she won second place. I don't know what's wrong with her. What did they say? Did they say she was sick?
No.
Hey, your head is everything. The mind is everything. Okay? Maybe she was overconfident. Maybe she didn't give it as much effort as she should have because she already figured that she was going to win. Sometimes that happens. I know it happens in other sports. Sometimes people underestimate their opponent, and that's when they get really beaten badly.
Well,
it could have been a situation that she knew she was number one. She knew she could beat that person, and maybe she didn't quite give it her all. I mean, there's 1,000 different, things that we could speculate about. I'm glad she made it to number two.
Well, I want to give a shout out to, I don't have her name in front of me right now, but the first place gold medalist from St. Lucia, that was the first Olympic medal for St. Lucia in the Olympics, and it happened to be gold. So I want to give a shout out to St. Lucia.
Oh, that's right. Congratulations, And, the universe plays its part in everything too. So maybe it just was supposed to go that way.
And Sha'Carri will be back. Maybe we'll see her in the 400. In the 100 meters on Thursday. So we'll see.
Well, and Sha'Carri has already had the number one of the gold or whatever it is in the number one position.
Not in the Olympics, Ma. Not in the Olympics.
Okay. Well, I don't know too much about her.
Remember, she didn't go to the Olympics 4 years ago because they found she tested positive for marijuana. And so they wouldn't let her go. And it was like,
maybe she was smoking weed the night before. Maybe that slowed her up.
And I felt bad because I didn't think that they should have, stopped her because of that.
Okay. Well, it didn't have to stop. Maybe they didn't have to stop her. Maybe the marijuana stopped her. What do you want me to say? Anyway, good. All right, good.
All right.
Congratulations, Sha'Carri. Paige, you was the only one making a big thing out of this. Congratulations, Sha'Carri.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to move on to Simone Biles, who added another gold medal to her individual all-around medal in the vault. She also won a silver medal today in floor exercise. And
all right,
give a shout out to Suni Lee, who got a bronze in the uneven bars. I think Charles got a bronze in the floor. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Let's give a shout out to what's his name, Steven.
Who you saying got a bronze in the floor exercise?
Was it Childs? Was it Childs that got
Childs? Yes, yes.
Let's give it
Childs and Biles.
Yeah.
Yep, they came in silver and bronze.
Right? So Biles second, and then Childs bronze.
Yes.
Okay. And so want to give a shout out to what's his name, Steven Nodorasic. What's his name? Do you know that guy?
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
He won a bronze in the pommel horse.
The one with the glasses.
Gymnastics.
Yes. Clark Kent. Yes.
Right. And also, we have to give a shout out to Miss Katie Ledecky, who won another gold in the 800-meter freestyle. She has the most gold. Actually, sorry, she has the most Olympic medals out of any female swimmer in history. So I want to give her
congratulations to Ms. Ledecky. Yes. Oh, congratulations. And we didn't say congratulations to the number 1 winner in gymnastics. She got a gold for the competition they just had.
It's no reason to mention it. It's no reason to mention it. Well, move on. Yeah. Okay. No, we're giving a shout out to, we were giving a shout out to the US people. We don't need to mention the Brazilian winner of that. There's come on, get real. What's going on? I didn't know
that. Oh geez. I thought we congratulated everyone.
No, if we congratulated everyone, then we wouldn't have enough time on the show.
Okay. All right, my girl. Okay.
All right. Well, since you mentioned that, your friend Novak Djokovic won the gold. How about that?
Good for him. He's a beginner. He hardly has anything. Good. Glad to hear. Where's that young man from? Maybe he has a future in tennis.
Right, exactly. And finally, we still have to look forward to Sydney McLaughlin. She's going to be racing later on in I think it's the 400-meter hurdles. She is the reigning Olympic gold medalist, from Union, New Jersey, You got to give her
yeah, from my old hometown. Yes. Yeah.
And so we still have Noah Lyles. I think he's going to run in the 200 meters. And we still have the basketball men and women to look forward to. Aren't you really excited?
When are they coming on? What day?
They've been coming on. I don't know when the gold medal.
No, I mean, when is it the next competition?
I don't know. Maybe today.
Okay, I'll check. Okay, that's wonderful. Right. Just wonderful. It is just a glorious event. Just wonderful. Just ongoing, athletes with, the best athletes in the world. And it's just so much fun to watch. It really is.
Okay. Speaking of athletes, and this is not even really funny. I don't know how I segued into this. I hope positive vibes to Zac Efron, who was taken to the hospital in Spain after an incident in a swimming pool, but they say he's doing fine now. He was taken to the hospital as a precautionary measure after what they describe as a minor swimming incident at a villa in Ibiza, which happened Friday night. We're told that he was released from the hospital and he's recovering just fine. So I hope everything is okay with Zac.
What incident?
I don't know, I worry about Zac Efron because there's always like weird things that happen with him. Remember with that stuff with him and Skid Row? Like he got into like a fight with like a homeless person many, many years ago. And then, Zac Efron is still very good looking, but there's clearly he's had some work done. And he said that it was because he fell. Something that just it didn't make any sense. So I hope he is okay.
Does he have a substance abuse issue? Is he drinking and smoking and toking and sniffing and whatever?
Don't know. He's old. He still seems to be able to work a lot, but something's off.
I gotcha. So yeah, too many incidents with him.
Yeah,
unexplained, kind of sketchy circumstances.
Yeah, right. And speaking of incidents, our girl Tiffany Haddish was on a podcast recently, and she told this joke, and we're not sure if this was supposed to be funny or if this was a good idea.
Oh gosh!
But she said,
boy.
well, she said back in the day when she was struggling for money that she used to sell her panties. And she said that she would sell them on Craigslist and pretend that they were Halle Berry's her dirty panties is what she would say. And she said she would make like $300, and she would place ads on Craigslist. And some people didn't think it was necessarily really funny because she also had once said that she considered selling her underwear to raise money for her charity, the She Ready Foundation, which supports foster children. So, any thoughts on all of this stuff with Miss Haddish?
Let me just say, this is just not the first time that Tiffany has been either unfunny, not funny, or just inappropriate. Okay. Mm-hmm. At this stage in her life, you would think that, when she's a working actor, she must be making decent money. At this stage, you wouldn't think that, she would have to say those kind of things. And a lot of things she comes up with, I don't think are so funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Just sending her positive vibes.
Yeah.
Don't even want to go there.
Let me just say that Tiffany, some of her jokes are very acquired, specialized taste.
Okay.
I don't always appreciate her taste in comedy. And I don't always think she uses good judgment. In fact, she uses poor judgment often. Right. So that's all I want to say for Tiffany.
Okay. And finally, before we get into some movies and TV, I know we talked about this the other day. They released the top 10 NFL players heading into the season. Now, they have this NFL list where the players vote on who they think are the top 100 players in the league. Now, this is only voted on by the players. Now, a lot of people saw the list and they were like, okay.
I could have sworn we had already gone through that list where they have Mahomes number 4.
Yeah, well, we did go through it, but not on air. Yes, we did. You and I talked.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Yes, they had him at number 4. They had the top 10, and some people thought the order was already wrong anyway. But Mahomes was 4, and Tyreek Hill was number 1, Lamar Jackson number 2, and Christian McCaffrey number 3. Now, how did Mahomes get to be number 4? To me, it's just
how many rings do any of those people you just named have?
None. They have 0.
No, 3 people.
Wait. Tyreek Hill had one with Patrick Mahomes when he was on the team with Patrick Mahomes. And when Tyreek Hill left, guess how many more Patrick Mahomes got after Tyreek Hill left? 2 more.
2 more.
And Tyreek Hill has 0 after he's not with Mahomes.
So let's just say that among those 3 individuals, there's 1 ring. Patrick has 3 times more alone than those 3 people have combined.
Right.
But yet he's number 4 and they're all ahead of him. That even makes no logical sense.
No, it doesn't.
Forget emotional sense. Forget just how you feel about things. That just does not even make logical sense. That's ridiculous.
I think they're just jealous, man.
I mean, that's all. Clearly, that's what it is. Clearly. But you know what? I like what Andy Reid said. What did he say? They don't have time for that. They're working on winning championships.
Well, that was he was referring to the puppet that they had of Patrick.
I understand, but it's the same kind of. It's the same kind of where they had Patrick talking about that's Patrick's voice or something. Like the puppet.
Kermit the Frog.
Listen, Kermit voice. Yeah, listen, it's the same kind of shenanigans. Right. He means he don't have time for BS. He don't have time for player haters on the sideline. Get your own boom while you riding mine. That's what happened. I know what happened.
All right. So let's move on to some movies, Ma. So we had a few movies actually this week. We can first start off with Bikeriders, which stars Tom Hardy, Austin Butler, and Jodie Comer, and Michael Shannon. And it was based on a real motorcycle game that was, I would say, it spanned over a decade when we see the club evolve from a gathering place for locals to like sinister crime-ridden gang of the 50s and 60s in the Midwest. Now, I thought it was, pretty entertaining, and it was kind of loosely based off of how things were back then, I guess, in the 50s and the 60s in the Midwest. The acting was good, but I kind of felt I knew how it was going to end without saying the ending. But I thought it was pretty enjoyable, Ma. What are your thoughts on Bikeriders?
Too drunk, too violent, too cliche. What else do you want me to say?
Oh, so what do you give it since you don't really have much?
Hooch.
What number?
3.
Oh, wow.
3 hooch.
Okay.
Well, I only gave it a 3 because of Austin Butler.
Okay. Well, I liked it better than you did. I give it about
scuzzy, trashy.
Well, I give it
a gratuitous violence, just drunk, just no nothing. They didn't even show any productivity. They just made them just look like a bunch of people who just were so ignorant, so without hope, and just the goal was just to get drunk and fight. They didn't even make it look like they were productive drug dealers or drug. They didn't even make it look like they were successful at anything. Just a bunch of drunk, violent, belligerent losers. That's what the picture depicted. We happen to know in real life that there's some more productive, people, who happen to be in gangs or whatever, or even the gangs themselves are as a unit more productive. But these people just would get going in the bars, local bars, getting drunk, being disrespectful to women, disrespectful to themselves, piggish, just everything. No, I didn't care for it.
I'm gonna give it a low premium or mid premium 6.
Oh wow, good for you. Good for you. For me, nope. To me, if I was in a motorcycle gang, I would have been, or club or whatever they call themselves, but these people were gang. I would have been very offended because it showed no redeeming qualities among any of them. The only ones that made it were the ones that got out.
Right.
It's just no,
okay.
not for.
Let's move on to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And so this is like many years after the reign of Caesar, which, a young ape goes on a journey that will lead him to question pretty much everything that he was taught after an evil group of apes attack his village and, later kill some people who were very close to him, or person, I should say, or not person, ape. So this was entertaining, sad, and but there was a good story, I guess, to it. But it was, to me, it was sad and depressing.
I co-sign on that. I thought it was sad and depressing. However, it was all about their survival. It was all about them just being attacked and their way of life and their sustenance being taken from them. And so it was, really very sad. The whole thing was, oh my God, how are we going to survive? How are we going to make it? How are we going to make it? But the thing that was good is that they did survive, and they did as a whole. They did survive and they did make it. I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling that, but
no, you're not supposed to tell it. You're never supposed to tell the ending.
Okay. So let me just say this: I was pleased with the outcome.
Okay. What do you give it, Ma?
I gave it a 7.5 premium.
I liked it better than the Bikeriders. I'm probably gonna go with a 7. A 7.
Okay. Oh, I thought they behaved much better than the Bikeriders.
Okay. And
like I said, if I were in a motorcycle
tell the ending of movie.
Okay. All right. I didn't tell the ending. If I were in a motorcycle gang, club, or whatever, I would be very offended by that movie.
Okay. Moving on next movie is Abigail, and this was interesting.
Oh boy, woo, Abigail.
Good, bye. I could tell you really liked Abigail. So Abigail,
oh my
Abigail is good to watch if you don't really know what you're getting into. So it's probably good to just kind of like spring it on people. And want to give it RIP to Angus Cloud, who was also who was in the movie.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. And when I saw him, I got a little sad.
Yeah.
I just really did. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is about a group of criminals who decided they kidnapped a 12-year-old girl for $50 million. And they found out that
ransom.
Yes.
Yeah.
They find out that she's the daughter of a powerful, I guess, underworld figure. And this little girl has some secrets up her sleeve. She's no ordinary little girl, if you want to say. And so just to give you a little bit of a hint, guys, this is a horror / comedy. Ma, did you notice that the guy that was in Downton Abbey, he was in it, that he played one of the kidnappers, but
the big guy?
No.
The other guy, that was real smart. Supposed to be smart. He's supposed to be a detective.
Yes, he was married to Mary, remember? And
I didn't remember where I knew him from, but I knew him from
somewhere. But remember he wound up driving over into Busch Gardens on Downton Abbey. He did. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, that wasn't her. That was Mary's husband. That was the one that played the husband. Oh, and he died.
Yes.
Oh, who can remember all that stuff? Please, like I paid attention in the first place. But anyway, yes, no. All jokes aside, yes, I did remember that I knew him from somewhere. Yes.
Okay.
Well, Mary had quite a few men. She didn't keep that husband that long. I mean, please, Okay.
Giancarlo Esposito, he was in it.
Oh boy, he had a huge role. What did he say? 5 words.
Stop.
Okay, go ahead.
And please don't say anything about Angus's role either.
I'm not going to say anything about Angus except R.I.P. R.I.P. Angus. R.I.P. Okay.
So this was a fun, silly movie to watch if you having a few drinks. It's nothing that you want to. You don't want to take it too serious, Bob. Oh gosh, I mean, I'm gonna give it. You can tell me your thoughts, Bob, but I'm gonna. Oh gosh, probably like a very low premium, almost hooch. I'm gonna give it probably like about a 5.5.
Okay,
it was unique. It was different.
Okay. I didn't think it was unique at all. I thought it was just a vampire slayer movie, period. And I didn't think it was anything or something akin to that, And I didn't think it was unique at all. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous, not well written, silly as hell. And I don't know what they was doing. And the only way you could really appreciate that is if you was already hired in Cootie Brown. And that's the only way you could possibly even enjoy it. And what I'm going to give it is a 4. It was hooch. It was slightly better than the bicycle thing. What do you call it? The motorcycle thing. It was slightly better than that. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. It was not of that genre. It was not well written. It was not good.
Okay. All right.
I didn't even think Abigail was the star. I didn't think she even was the star of the movie.
She wasn't.
No. Well, that's another.
All right, Ma. I don't know what to say. Okay, and finally, our last movie. I gotta take it easy. I have to take it easy over here. Okay, so our last movie is Memory, starring Jessica Chastain and Peter Sarsgaard and Merritt Weaver. I remember Merritt Weaver from Nurse Jackie. Remember, she was like the bubbly nurse. Okay, so Jessica plays a woman named Sylvia, who is a social worker and a recovering alcoholic whose life changes drastically when she has an encounter with a man played by Peter Sarsgaard, who is suffering from early onset dementia. I'll let you go. You start with this one now.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to tell you this, first of all, let me just be completely transparent. I liked it. Okay? I liked it. I liked what it was about. You know, I'm like a sucker for this type of story. Okay? I thought it was very, very warm, very touching. I don't want to go into specifics because my daughter says I'm not supposed to give away too much. So I won't say too much except to say I loved how everything came together. And I liked the interaction. And it just reminded me of some real life situations that I know of in a kind of, little different way. But I really, really, really saw it as being a very positive in view of the circumstances. Mm-hmm. And I recommend it. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
And I thought the performances for the male and female lead were really good. And the co-star, the daughter, Jessica's daughter. I mean, what's her name? Justine, what's her name?
Jessica Chastain.
Jessica Chastain, right. Her daughter, I thought, played well also. Often those, daughters in that role don't play very well, very likable. I thought
she was very good in it. Yeah.
I thought she was too. And I liked it.
The mother
very much. The mother was a different thing.
Grandmother was trash.
Yeah, total. Absolutely. I'm in full agreement with you. I enjoyed it. I thought it was just what I would call a sweet, heartwarming movie. That's how I viewed it. Okay. And I gave it definitely 7.5.
So you gave it a high premium.
I gave it a high premium.
Okay. So, oh gosh. So I hope I don't get in trouble. The acting I thought was great. Jessica Chastain is always, excellent. And Peter Sarsgaard and Merritt Weaver gave really good performances. I don't know the young daughter the actress. She gave a good performance.
But she did a good job. Yes, she did.
She was really good. I have a lot of issues with this picture. I like the message. I think it's sweet and sentimental and all those things, but it just was a lot to believe. And I think that's kind of what my issue was, and it was a slow burn for me. And sometimes I like slow burns, but it was just really. It seemed like it took forever, and then when things happen, it didn't really quite mesh well to me, or that I just didn't connect the dots. And it was just kind of really unbelievable in many different ways. But then again, in real life, I can see something like this happening, because in order for someone like Jessica Chastain's character to get involved with a person like Peter Sarsgaard, she would have to have that heart. She would have to have a loving, open, warm heart in order to have a connection with someone like Peter Sarsgaard. So
she had that. You see, she worked in an adult daycare facility.
Yes, yes.
So she had that, and you see what her background was. But
I saw that. I got it. Okay. Listen, I understand how this was very connected to people that I know. I get all of that. I understand.
Well, why was it unbelievable?
Well, I guess it is.
I mean, she's not Jessica Chastain coming in there meeting him. She's that character.
Well, I don't think that they showed how the two connected, like I don't think I think it was like
they showed how they connected.
I think it was choppy. No.
Okay, it may have been choppy, but I saw the connection and I felt the connection.
No, I know. But overall, it was more good than bad. So I'm probably going to still stick with a premium. I'm gonna go with a 6.5 premium.
Okay.
But I thought the performances were excellent, and I thought the overall moral of the movie was really, really good and heartfelt. But it was just choppy for me, if that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Um, okay. So let's get into just a couple of shows. One, I don't know, are you all caught up with Lady in the Lake?
Yes, I've seen all that they've offered on the streaming service.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
So I still feel real torn about this show.
Are you caught up with it?
Yeah. I feel a little
Okay.
bit torn because to me, the performances in this one are really good. But
Yes.
one of the issues I have is that what is it? Is it Maddie, Natalie Portman's character?
Yes.
I think it just kind of went way to the side. It was just it was a lot going on. And I think that the series is having issues finding a balance. Well, to me, it's not really making any sense. Everything has just become way too complicated.
Okay, so you're not going into specifics. I don't know if you want to or not or whatever. You're talking in generalities. What do you mean? Her relationship with the
No, this like
officer?
secret military experiment, that just kind of seems far out with Natalie Portman's character. I just don't understand why they threw that in. I feel as far as Cleo's stuff, everything with her, that just is like really sad. Um, like her death, and they didn't really show the killing, but we kind of.
But you understood that he killed her, right?
Right. And so all of that,
well, see, to me, that's where I have an issue with the writing, because who would be so stupid to meet somebody at 12 o'clock midnight in a park with a suitcase full of money?
Right.
Who would even do that? Right. And you know this man is a murderer already.
Right.
Okay. Who on God's earth would do that? Why did that seem reasonable to her? And then why would you even stick around when you know the possible consequences that you'll be killed? Because you've seen what they've already done. So now you think you're going to blackmail these people?
Right.
What will they do for you? It just the writing was not really creative enough. It just made her seem incredibly stupid.
And she's a mom. Like, you protect, your thing is to protect yourself so that you can protect your kids.
Right. And she always, behaved that way, or that's what she always said. She professed to be a good mother, but she was moving in ways that endangered the entire family.
Yeah.
So it just was real, and then Natalie Portman, she just moved out and left everybody, and she just lying to everybody all the way around, just for what? Because she wants to be a famous writer or journalist or whatever. And she's going with everybody, lying about her son's paternity, lying to the husband, doing what now I'm not feeling her character at all.
No, it's just a lot going on, and too much. And I don't like the way the people are moving. I really don't.
I don't either. I don't either. Definitely not. I do not either. And let's see how they're going to move forward now that they've had, they've ended Cleo's character.
Right.
Let's see how that's going to move forward. Because she had been the central focus, other than Natalie Portman's character, other than Maggie, So I'm not really sure where they're going with that.
Right. Well, okay. So
it's interesting, but I would recommend it. I would say look at it and just see how you feel about it. But it leaves a lot to be desired in terms of the writing, as far as I'm concerned. The writing, they really could elevate the writing just a bit, just to draw us in to the characters a bit more, and make something vulnerable or likable about some of the characters, because so far they are all pretty hideous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into, I don't know. Let's see what Lady in the Lake, but let's get into House of the Dragon, which was the season finale. Did you see House of the
I
Dragon?
did not see the finale.
Okay.
I must admit, I did. I left off when they were looking for other, heirs, to ride the dragons. That's the last I saw. When they
Okay.
were going to, they were looking among the lowborn, to
Yeah.
come in to, be heir appearance to the dragon riders, to be a dragon rider, right?
Yes. Okay. So in the finale, I thought wasn't as action packed as I had hoped it would be. It was okay. So let's see. I'm trying to think as far as that, like the major thing that happened was Rhaenyra and Alicent, they met up with each other and they had an agreement that it was going to stop this war, and the only way they were going to surrender and pretty much lead.
Who was going to surrender?
Alicent offered to end the war by surrendering
Okay.
landing, and
Okay.
And Rhaenyra said okay, but she demanded the death of Aegon, the king.
Yeah,
So,
well,
and and Alicent reluctantly agreed to it, but
it didn't happen.
It did not happen because what's his name? Aegon was whisked away by the clubfoot guy, the clubfoot.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so we don't know what's going to happen for next season. We also found out that one of the guys that is that can ride on a dragon, the black guy,
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
father is the black blonde guy. That's his father. He's a bastard.
Okay. Well,
And so, but
just check the houses of your repute, and you'll
but he
find
doesn't know. The son,
he who doesn't know.
the son doesn't know that's his father.
Okay. Okay, but the father knows that.
The
that's
father
his son.
knows. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, that's going to be.
I suspected that. I
Yeah.
suspected that all along. Okay.
And Damon finally backed Rhaenyra as, heir to the throne.
Okay.
He did do that.
Okay. All right.
But other than that, not a lot of stuff happened because everything kind of ended like on a cliffhanger. So we don't really know and don't know when it's coming back. We know it's coming back, but I wanted to see some actual like fighting. The only thing that happened, we know that Vagar, the dragon, we know that he wreaked some havoc off screen, but they didn't really show anything with the dragons going, back and forth with each other. So I was a little bit disappointed. And I thought the season was really, really good. I enjoyed the season.
Right.
But to me, they could have done more with the finale,
I hear you. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well, it's like you said, it's a cliffhanger. So we'll tune back in whenever because we love those dragons, right? So
yeah.
We'll tune back in. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. They made some moves. They made some pretty big moves.
Yeah. So okay. Anywho, let's get into my Big Brother season 26. What is going on with Big Brother? Now, we know that the Tucker won the POV, right? He won the power veto, and Angela, Kenny, and Tucker were on the block. But Tucker decided that he was not going to use the power of veto on himself. He was going to use the power of veto on Angela. He used the power of veto on Angela. What his hope was, I guess, that they put up Quinn instead, but that's not what happened. They wind up putting up Mackenzie. And
yes.
Mackenzie used her power. Now, all of this just happened like moments ago. Mackenzie used her power to get herself off the block, and America is going to vote for who goes in that spot.
Okay.
And Tucker is still on the block, and so is Kenny.
Right. So, okay. So they're just going to come up with who's going to be the third person. Okay.
Yes.
Who do you think is going to be the third person?
Well,
the replacement.
The replacement will probably, we have to vote. It would be nice if it would be Quinn. It would be nice if America votes for Quinn, and I will be voting for Quinn.
Okay. When do we have to have the votes in?
I don't know. They probably won't do it until Wednesday because until they have their episode. So I don't know. We shall. And you know what, Ma? It would be funny if Tucker goes home.
Well, he kept on putting himself up there. You know, what is this? The second, third time he's been up there. Plus, he had the power veto, and he decided to use it on somebody else. So he's clearly willing to risk going home.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, whether he feels that confident, he's that arrogant, or whatever, that's on him. It's a risk he took. So if he goes home, he clearly knew that was a possibility.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah.
But they needed to make some ballsy moves. They needed to get
and Tucker blew up Quinn's power game too.
Okay. They needed to make some big moves. They needed to get with Quinn or get with Mackenzie, somebody who has some real juice. You know, they needed to get with that and flush out the power. What is it? What's going to happen? Not everybody be held hostage because, oh, they're afraid that what's going to happen. Let it happen. Let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
Move the show on. Yeah. So, okay. So let's see. I'm glad that somebody made some kind of power move, you know, instead of moving like they're so timid.
Listen, it is what it is. We'll see. It'll be entertaining. That's all.
Okay.
All right, Ma. I need you to tell me 3 things that made you smile.
I'm going to tell you 4: the sun, the stars, the moon, and the Olympics. I'm giving you 4. How about you, daughter? I could give more, but okay.
I'm with you. I'm gonna go with Jason Bateman, who you know, he had a very great response to all of the haters out there who don't understand why he is a supporter of Kamala Harris. So I love that. Everybody go check his social media. Obviously, I'm loving the Olympics.
They don't understand, or they're just trying not to understand.
They're trying not to understand.
Right, right.
And of course, again, to my girl Simone Biles, just wanted to give a shout
out to Simone. Yes. Oh, me too. Fabulous comeback, Simone. Fabulous comeback.
Is there anything that you want to say, Ma, before we go?
Yes, yes. Everybody get busy. Roll up your sleeves. Work for the candidate of your choice. Whatever it is, contribute whatever you can. Get busy. Let's make it happen. We want to save democracy. Let's fight for our democracy, our freedoms, and our way of life. Let your voice be heard, and, you know, stay woke, educate yourself, pay attention, and know that your voice is important. Know that you count. Okay, and also continue to have fun this summer and stay safe.
Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for continuing to listen to us. We really appreciate you. Continue to follow us on whatever your preferred streaming platforms are at the Bamgboshe Happy Hour, and also All Things Pays You. We will be back very soon, guys. Be safe out there. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.